Pick him up. It's February 21st, 2026, and we are officially 40 years down the road since The Hitcher first hit theaters. 4 decades ago, a simple act of kindness turned into a high-octane battle for survival. Today, we're looking at the 40-year transformation of the cast and the side characters who made us never want to stop for a stranger again. Let's hit the highway. In 1986, Rutger Hauer gave us the, then, version of John Ryder, a man who was less of a human and more of a force of nature. Hauer was already famous for Blade Runner, but The Hitcher cemented him as the king of the intellectual villain. He didn't just chase his victim, he played with him like a cat with a mouse, using that icy, blue-eyed stare to terrify audiences without saying a word. Fast forward to the now of February 2026, and Rutger Hauer's legacy is more influential than ever. Although we lost the legendary actor in 2019, his impact on the 2026 film landscape is undeniable. In 2026, critics are pointing to a massive, Hauer-esque trend in modern psychological thrillers, where villains prioritize psychological torment over jump scares. To mark this 40th anniversary, the Rutger Hauer Starfish Association, the charity he founded, has launched a 2026 commemorative film scholarship to support aspiring filmmakers who focus on practical effects and character-driven suspense. Comparing the 1986 Boogeyman of the Highway to the 2026 status of Hauer as a godfather of the genre shows a career that transcended the screen. In 2026, fans are celebrating the 40-year milestone by sharing their first memories of seeing that penny on the eyes, a testament to a performance that hasn't aged a day. He wasn't just a villain in 1986, he was the reason an entire generation stopped picking up hitchhikers, and 40 years later, his shadow still looms over every empty stretch of road in cinema. Then we have C. Thomas Howell, who played Jim Halsey. In 1986, he was the, then, teen heartthrob from The Outsiders who had to grow up fast in a hail of bullets and blood. Howell's performance was praised for showing the genuine mental breakdown of a kid pushed to his absolute limit. Now, in early 2026, C. Thomas Howell is a 59-year-old veteran of the industry with over 200 credits to his name. He is currently starring in the 2026 Netflix series Obliterated, and he has become a staple of the legacy convention circuit, where he frequently speaks about the grueling 1986 shoot. The 2026 Howell has traded the youthful fear for a rugged, seasoned authority that makes him a favorite for playing grizzled lawmen. Comparing the 1986 Jim to the 2026 legend shows an actor who survived the Brat Pack era to become one of the hardest-working men in Hollywood. In 1986, Jason Leigh played Nash, the then waitress who unfortunately got caught in the crossfire. Her character's fate remains one of the most shocking and debated moments in 80s cinema. Now, in February 2026, Jason Leigh is an Oscar-nominated powerhouse. At 64, she is currently winning rave reviews for her role in the 2026 psychological drama The Glass House, and she remains a muse for directors like Quentin Tarantino. The 2026 Jennifer is known for her fearless choice in roles, a trait that clearly started with her work in the mid-80s. Seeing her 1986 vulnerability side by side with her 2026 commanding presence shows why she is considered one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Every 80s thriller needs the law, and DeMunn as Captain Esterridge was the 1986 voice of reason who eventually realized Jim wasn't the killer. In 2026, DeMunn is a beloved 78-year-old character actor, most famous to, now, audiences as Dale from The Walking Dead. In 2026, he is still active in the New York theater scene, but the Hitcher fans still recognize him for the empathy he brought to a role that could have been a cliché. His 40-year legacy is a reminder that even the side characters in this film were cast with elite talent. 40 years later, and we're still checking the back seat. From the 1986 terror to the 2026 4K restoration, The Hitcher is a masterclass in suspense. Who was the scariest 80s villain for you? John Ryder or Freddy Krueger? Tell us in the comments and hit subscribe for our next 40-year deep dive. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't pick up strangers.